Ritika?
Yes, sir.
Yes. How is your preparation going now?
Better. Today it is better. Better than
Right.
yesterday.
So you have written the answer. I have seen the answer which you have written. Like one answer you have written or two answers?
One answer, sir. I took a lot of time to write one answer.
Okay, no problem. Initially, you may not be able to write the answer quickly. Like once you have more practices, then you will able to write the answer within the time limit. Right now, you should not focus on the time limit. And अभी फिलहाल आपको you need to focus more on that. What should be the structure of the answer and how to write the answer in relevant, succinct, and meaningful way. If you see the notification of the UPSC, but it is mentioned that UPSC is expecting from a candidate that he should write a relevant answer, succinct answer, and meaningful answer. जो तीन चीजें आपको ध्यान में रखनी है whenever you are writing the answer. Like these three things. Like make sure that you are writing relevant what is asked and not what you know. Many times what happens, we write what we know rather than what is being asked. So when you are writing the answer, you have to do three things mechanically, like systematically. सबसे पहले you will read question twice or maybe twice. Like why you need to read the question twice? Because when you read question twice, you come to know that what are the focus area, what are the trigger words which you need to focus more on while writing the answer. So when you read it twice, you will underline those trigger words, you will underline those focus areas which is being asked. So इससे क्या हो जाएगा you will come to know that what exactly UPSC is asking from you in that particular question that you can come to. So let's see this question which you have shared. Just give me a second. You have shared me one answer, right?
Yes, sir.
Just give me a second. Let me download that answer. Yes.
No problem.
Can you see the screen? Is it visible? This is the answer which you have sent to me.
It's loading now. Yes, now it's visible.
Fine. So see this question. Always remember that UPSC ask questions which is two or maybe it is having three parts. Now in this particular question there are two parts in this question. One question is that discuss each adjectives attached to the word republic. Now this particular ये जो part है question का, this is from the static part. Static part means whatever you read it from the book, like discuss each adjective which is attached with the word republic. Second part is current affairs. So UPSC always whenever they are asking question, there are two or three parts of the question. One part is always static, one part is always conceptual, and second part is based on current affairs or based on the current issues, right? Whatever it is. In this question, like why I'm asking you to read question twice before writing the answer. Like when you read this question, you will come to know what is mentioned here. They have mentioned that discuss each adjectives attached with the word republic. The first part of the question में आप क्या करोगे? You will discuss the word which are attached with republic. Then second part, are they defendable in the present circumstances? Now the second part of the question is that whether these adjectives are defendable in the present circumstances or not. Present circumstances means now you can see that this question is of 2016. So in 2016, certain issues were going on with respect to the words or adjectives which were attached with the republic. So what was the context of asking this question? I'll first explain this to you. Then we will come to know why this question is been asked. So in 2016, the new government was formed. 2014 and 2014, when Narendra Modi has become the Prime Minister. And when they became the Prime Minister, two words like socialistic and secular. These are the two words which is mentioned in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. So at the time, the debate and discussion was going on whether this word, that secularism, socialism, was a part of the original preamble or not, and why it has been added later on. So this debate and discussion was going on at that time. So many people were saying that since now we have moved from the socialistic economy towards private economy, like after 1991, Indian economy has become more a kind of the capitalistic, or we are moving more towards the privatization, and one more secularism, whether we should have a secular nation or not. So in that context, this question was asked. Ab yahan par Now if you read this question, जहां पर आपको पता चल जाएगा कि what should be written with this particular first part, you may be able to write it. But second part of the question was actually more contextual, and it was since that particular thing was in the news, that's why the question has been asked. Got it, Ritika? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Right. So Abhi, when you are writing answer, your answer should carry two parts. One part which will where you will be discussing the word attached to the term republic, and second part you will discuss whether these terms like republic, democratic, secular, socialist, sovereign, are they defendable in these present circumstances or not? Defendable का मतलब क्या है? What do you mean by the word called defendable? Like, shall we defend the socialism? Shall we defend the secularism? Shall we keep democratic? Shall we defend the sovereign nature of the Indian Constitution or not? So that's what you are supposed to write in this question. Got it? Ritika, am I audible?
Yes, got it. Yes, am I audible? Yes.
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
Okay.
Right? Now the first thing, like whenever you are start writing the answer, first thing which you will keep in mind is that you will read the question paper twice. Sorry, question twice. Why? Because to understand what exactly is being asked in this question. So in this question, you were supposed to write first part, and you were also supposed to write this particular here the trigger word, that are they defendable in the present circumstances. So that also you were supposed to write in this answer. Now I don't know, I have not read your answers, but we will just check it out whether you have given justice to the question or not. Giving justice to the question matlab like whether you have covered all the parts of the question or not. That's what you need to check it out. Got it? Fine.
Yes.
Now the preamble of the
It is not
India.
that good.
Yes.
It is not that good. I've just tried. It is just an attempt.
See, since it is your first answer, we are not going to judge you based on your first answer. Like it is a ongoing process. It is a continuous process. Like you may not be able to write a perfect answer in first attempt. It will take at least 3 to 4 months for you to come to that perfect answer level. But we need to start somewhere, right? Like if you want to improve yourself, you need to start somewhere. Like when you start writing, then only you will come to know that what mistakes or what you are making it. Like जब तक आप शुरू नहीं करेंगे तो आपको कैसा पता चलेगा कि क्या? Like today I told you one thing. आज आपने ये भी अगर सीख लिया ना कि I have to read question carefully before writing the answer. That one thing will do. अगर आप ये आपको समझ में आ गया, that is good for the day, right? Second, देखिए आप now when you read question paper, second thing which you need to do, you need to decide that the word limit is 150 words answer for this question. Right? I mean, this 150 words, like how much words you will give for this particular part of the question, and how much you will give it for this particular part of the question. Two parts, and there are two parts. That also you need to decide the structure of the answer. Like how many words I will use for this part and how many words I will use for this part. That also you need to decide before writing the answer. So in this particular question, you need to give 100 words for first part of the question, and you need to give 50 words for second part of the question.
Fine.
Right? So first step before writing the answer, read question carefully twice. Second, decide what is being asked. क्या पूछा गया है वो समझ लीजिए. Then third step, decide the structure of your answer. Like in deciding the structure of the answer, you will decide how much words I will use it for this part, how much words I will use for the second part. Sometimes in question there are 3 parts in the question. So at that time again you have to decide, you have to divide the words for these 3 parts, like first part, second part, third part. So that's what you need to do. Like जब ये आप करोगे ना तो उससे क्या हो जाएगा कि you will not exceed the word limit and they will not write irrelevant thing more in the answer. जो पूछा गया वो रह जाता है और जो नहीं पूछा गया वो आप ज्यादा लिख जाते. You write the answer before deciding the structure, before writing the answer. Like So this thing which will happen. So let me read this answer. The preamble of India embodies uh, what it is.
Basic philosophy and
Basic
fundamental
philosophy
values.
or fundamental values on which the constitution is based. Very good. According to Pandit Thakur Das Bhargav, it is the soul of the constitution. Preamble of Indian describes the nature of the Indian state, that is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Very good. Each of these adjectives attached to the word republic reflect the nature of Indian states and are defendable in the present circumstances. Very good. Now this is the best introduction. You know, आपका जब introduction होता है ना, आपको ये चीज ध्यान में रखनी है कि whenever you are writing the introduction, you are writing the introduction in 25 to around 30 words. You're not going to be a very large introduction. You will be writing the introduction in just 25 to 20 words, 30 words. And in introduction, you are covering all the parts of the question. Like अब यहाँ पर आपने क्या किया? You have explained the meaning of the adjectives and you have also written that whether they are defendable or they are not defendable. So you have covered everything in your introduction. That is the best thing which you have done. Second, you have explained sovereign का मतलब क्या है, that you have explained. Sovereign means independent of any external conflict. India is independent country without any external. Okay, and it is free to conduct its own affair. Very good. Socialist. It was added by 42nd Amendment to the preamble of means nationalization of all the means of production. And अब ये not all. अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ये वो हो जाता है, like not all.
Okay.
It was added by 42nd Amendment of the. It means nationalization of major means of production of goods and services. Not all nationalized. Major, like
Okay.
2 days back you have asked me one question, right?
Yes,
about the commanding industries. ऐसे कुछ question आपने पूछा था, शायद आपने पूछा था, किसी और ने पूछा था, I don't remember. That government is trying to have control over commanding industries. मतलब 1960 और 70 में गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया था कि जो heavy industries हैं, या heavy industries like automobile industries or electrical industries, that government have kept it towards itself, and small businesses have been given it to the private people, so that the control of the economy will come into the hands of the people. So India ने socialistic pattern को follow किया था, but it doesn't mean that every economic activity was under the control of the government. Like not all, but major the means of production and services have been under the control. But anyways, अब इससे आपके मार्क्स तो कम नहीं हो जाएंगे, but इससे ये रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाता है कि your concept is not clear. तो
yes.
ये हो जाएगा. So it will not hamper your marks, but concept clear नहीं है, ऐसे वो पता चल जाएगा. But anyways, so nationalization of means of production, of distribution and alcohol of private property. Sorry, abolition of private property. Now again, India में ऐसे नहीं किया. We have not abolished all private property.
Yes.
So yes, you are right. Socialism is socialism में there is abolition of private property and all the production of the means is under control of the socialism in the basic concept of socialism. But India ने वैसे नहीं किया है. India has its own version of socialism, where like for example, agricultural land were private, but major industries were nationalized. Industries were nationalized. Agricultural activity is not nationalized. Got it?
Okay.
However, India is not completely socialistic country, which makes the use of the socialist as an object to. यहाँ आपने लिखा है. It's not completely socialist country. That we have written here. Okay, no problem. However, India follows democratic socialism or mixed economy, which very good. I'm sorry, आपने यहाँ second part में आपने लिखा हुआ.
हाँ, बाद में ऐड किया था.
Okay, no problem. Then private players, however, increasing privatization and globalization has led to the reduction of the influence of socialism in Indian economy. अब यहाँ पर आपको लिखना चाहिए था कि shall we still defend socialism? Do you think that still there is a need of socialism in India in the present circumstances? Like why do we have a socialism? Because when there is a inequality in society, inequality in terms of income, inequality in terms of opportunities, inequality in terms of the access to the economic resources, ऐसे सिचुएशन में हमें सोशलिस्टिक इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम को फॉलो करने की जरूरत है, राइट? तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक इन इंडिया, डू यू स्टिल फील दैट सोशलिज्म इज नीडेड इन द प्रेजेंट सर्कमस्टेंसेस? दैट्स व्हाट यू आर सपोज्ड टू राइट इट हियर. So what
should I write here? Like what should we?
Shall we go for more private more privatization or more capitalism?
My view.
Yeah.
Right now we are going for more privatization. However, there are certain subjects which are also controlled by the state. So how do I I don't know how to defend socialism in this answer.
I told you, like, why there is a need of socialism? Like, socialism is needed whenever the society is unequal in terms of,
Yes.
economic resources, opportunities, properties, right? Then there is a
Yes.
need of socialism, right? So, क्या India में everybody is getting the equal opportunity today?
No.
Do you think that India has become an egalitarian society, like egalitarian? Everybody is at equal level.
No. So we definitely then need socialism.
Right. So that's what you need to write here. That yes, although we have achieved, a lot in the last 75 years of the independence, like many people have got opportunity, but still there are certain sections of the society who have not got an equal, who are not having access to the equal opportunity. For example, you can example women,
Yes.
physically handicapped people, even some tribal communities, they have not, they have, because capitalism कब ज्यादा वर्क करता है पता नहीं, जब सब लोग एक लेवल पर हैं तब ही कैपिटलिज्म वर्क करता है. Like competition, like open competition works only when there is everybody is at the equal level.
Yes.
तो अब यहाँ पर आपको क्या लिखना पड़ेगा कि yes, we have achieved a lot in the last 75 years, but still there is still need of socialism, because certain sections of the society like women, physically handicapped people, tribal, they have still not become competent enough to work in a capitalistic system. So in this way you need to defend. अभी आपको पता है कि still India is not become a equal country, a egalitarian country. That's what you need to write. So that's what you are supposed to write here. If you add these words, it will give you 2 extra marks.
Okay.
Everybody else will also write whatever you have written. But everybody else will get 6 marks and you will get 8 marks if you add this one particular line in your answer. So in this way, if you are getting 2 marks extra in each question,
right,
then you will get there are 20 questions in each paper, 2 marks extra in each question, you will get 40 marks extra in one paper. So likewise there are 4 papers, so in 4 papers you will get 80 marks extra. 80 or like 40, 160 marks extra, 160 marks extra, right? So this is what make the difference. Those who qualify, they get 160 marks extra, and those who do not qualify, they get less 160 marks extra. Now, every question counts, like in each and every question, you are getting 1 or 2 extra marks. That's what makes the difference. And to get that 1 or 2 extra marks, you need to write 1 or 2 extra line. And what will be that 1 and 2 extra line? That you can be able to write from these trigger words. And what is that trigger word? That whether they are defendable in the present circumstances or not. Like what will happen? Those who have qualified prelims exam, everybody is knowing what is the meaning of sovereign, what is the meaning of socialist system, what is the meaning of democracy, what is the meaning of. Everybody will be writing this. But आपके marks में और other candidates के mark में difference कहाँ है ना? कि how you are writing this particular part of the question, like whether they are defendable or not. If they are not defendable, how they are not defendable. If they are defendable, how they are defendable. So that 1 or 2 line which you will be writing in your answer as per the trigger word, that will give you that 2 extra marks. तो अब जब आप आंसर लिख रहे हो ना, तो एक चीज आपने ये आंसर लिख लिया, then again in the middle of the when you are writing the answer, then in the middle of writing answer you will again go back to the question and make sure that are you क्या आपसे कुछ छूट रहा है, क्या जो पूछा गया है क्या आपसे कुछ छूट रहा है क्या आंसर पे, आपको देखना है. You have to look back at the question once again to make sure that you are not leaving very important part of the question, so that you will अब आपको ये लिखना चाहिए था. Second, secularism. Yes, by secular it means India does not have a religion of its own. This word war added by 42nd amendment. तो अब यहाँ पर भी आपको लिखना चाहिए था कि is secular nature of the Indian state is defendable or not. That words you are supposed to write, like that you are supposed to write here, like whether secularism is defendable or not, whether the socialism is defendable or not, whether democracy is defendable or not. क्या इंडिया में आज भी डेमोक्रेसी की जरूरत है या नहीं? Of course, there is no doubt about it that democracy is much needed. So that's what you were supposed, like republicanism मतलब, you know what is republicanism?
Yes, sir.
Republicanism, head of the state elected by the people for a very term. Like, so आपको क्या लिखना चाहिए कि almost all of the, you know, the adjectives are defendable even today. Even they are relevant, even they need to be defended, so that every Indian, like effective conclusion, you know, आप conclusion आप लिख रहे हो ना, like you are writing a very simple conclusion, like means all the adjectives attached to the word republic are defendable in present India. But why they are defendable? Why they are defendable? So what, like effective conclusion कैसे होना चाहिए? Like all these, you know, all these adjectives are defendable, so that every citizen of the country or every section of the society of the country should get an equal opportunity. You're getting it? No? That will be more effective. Like आपने शुरुआत में क्या लिखा है? शुरुआत में क्या लिखा है इंट्रोडक्शन में? Like preamble में जो लिखा है, these are actually, you know, these are the goals and, you know, goals and objectives of the constitution. तो आप लास्ट में ये भी लिख सकते हो ना कि all these, you know, adjectives are defendable to achieve the constitutional goals, to achieve the constitutional ideas of giving equal opportunity to all. तो अगर आप ऐसे, you know, conclusion दोगे ना, तो it will become more effective conclusion. So remember, when you are writing conclusion, your conclusion should be linked with your introduction. Remember.
Okay.
Like whatever you have written in introduction, what you have written, that all these adjectives are, you know, it reflects the nature of the constitution. वो आपने लिखा है ना, तो conclusion में आपको वो लिखना चाहिए कि to achieve the objectives, to achieve the nature of the Indian constitution, all these adjectives are still defendable in present circumstances. So it will give a more effective conclusion.
Okay.
Clear? But you have written very good answer. I think this is your first answer. Have you written answer before?
No. First answer.
Now you tell me that what was lacking in your answer according to you. Like, no, rather I understanding like what is lacking in your answer is very important. Like what you understand, like what you think that what was lacking in your answer.
I feel that I haven't addressed the second part of the question.
Very good.
And I have mostly focused on the static part than defending the answer. So that is one lacking, I feel, is in the answer. And as you said, the conclusion has to be linked with the introduction. So that I haven't been able to conceptualize well.
Right.
I have to work on conclusion as well.
Right. And अब देखिए, now since this question was asked in 2016, and if you are reading newspaper regularly in 2016, then you would have understood the background or context of asking this question.
Yes.
Right. And second thing, like, you know, why I always focus that you should read newspaper regularly, because, you know, when you read newspaper regularly, in exam hall, that thing will click to you why this question must be asked, why UPSC is asking this question, because आपको पता है, उसका context पता है, आपका background पता है कि UPSC ने ये question क्यों पूछा है, then you will be able to, you know, focus on what is being asked. So that's why reading newspaper is very important. Clear? Now at that time, this, you know, the word socialism, secularism was much being discussed in the newspaper. That's why this question is asked. So we, you know, this year mains exam, the UPSC will ask question on those, you know, the constitutional provisions, those constitutional, you know, the ideas which is being discussed much in the last 1 year. So आने वाले साल भर, like maybe next October 2023 will be giving your mains exam. So in this whole year, like this October to next October, like whatever, like for example, collegium के बारे में discuss किया जा रहा है, या, you know, election commission's role is being discussed in the newspaper nowadays. Like, so whatever is being discussed, you know, if you read it carefully, in exam hall, you know, in exam hall.
One second. One second.
Yes.
One second. Just a second. Yes, sir. Sorry.
So in exam hall, you will be able to understand why this question must be asked. So realizing that is also very important. That ये question क्यों पूछा गया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So remember, UPSC always have 2 or 3 parts of the question. One is static and another is current.
Okay.
Got it? So make sure that you are addressing all the parts of the question. First part and second part.
Okay.
And before writing the answer, make structure. Structure means making structure matlab that how much words you will give it for the first part, how much words you will give it for the second part.
Sir, I had a question for the secular part. For the secular, where I have written what is meant by secular, how do I defend it with the present scenario?
Like, I mean, nowadays you must be seeing that newspaper mein bada ja raha hai. Many people are saying that now India should be a Hindu Rashtra. India should be declared a Hindu Rashtra. Many, the right-wing organization, they are having a demand. Right?
Yes.
Like there are so many. So in that context, you could write since India is a country of diverse, the religion and diverse customs and diverse culture. So by keeping India a secular nation only, we can keep India united and integrated. If we make India a religion of one particular religion, then it might lead to the disintegration of the India rather than making it as a right. So secularism has kept India united.
Okay. Okay.
Right? All the communities अगर हम किसी एक particular religion को अगर हम राष्ट्र declare करेंगे, then of course there will be a chaotic situation, there will be civil war in India. So even today, secularism must be defended.
Okay, got it.
Got it. That's what you need to write. Like one or two line you need to write. Like 150 word is the limit. In 150 word you can't write. अगर आपको secularism भी पूछा जाएगा ना, अगर there is one particular question on secularism, you can write 200 words on secularism itself. But here you need to keep in mind that you have to write the answer within the given word limit. तो यहाँ पर एक और चीज है कि I don't know whether you have exceeded the word limit or not.
Yes, it has been to more than 200.
One thing you need to do, you don't need to worry more about the word limit. You need to, exam hall में एक चीज आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि आपने कितने words लिखे हैं, नहीं लिखे, वो ज्यादा मायने नहीं रखता है कि whether you have covered all the parts of the question or not. That's most important. अब यहाँ पर आपने जो भी लिखा है, you have covered only one part of the question. Second part आपने नहीं लिखा है, तो even if you write 5 pages on the first part, you will get only 4 marks because remaining the remaining 4 marks were actually for the second part. So if you have not written anything on the second part, you will not get the marks, even if you have written the 5 pages on the first part. You getting it?
Yes, got it.
So making structure before starting the answer will help you in restricting yourself to word limit.
Yes.
So you need to have a very clarity. I am going to write 150 words, and then the 150 words I will be using 100 words for first part, 50 words for the second part. So इससे क्या हो जाता है कि you will not exceed the word. Have you seen the model answers of Tina Davi?
No, sir.
You haven't seen, right? I will share the answer to you, which has been written by Tina Davi. Tina Davi used to write only 1.5 page. The answers 1.5 page. अब यहाँ पर और एक चीज है, लेकिन आपने जो भी लिखा हुआ है इसको और कम से कम शब्दों में कैसे लिखा जाए, that will come after practice. Don't worry. Like there are some words which you are आपने थोड़ा सा लेंथी लिखा हुआ, स्टेटमेंट फ्रेमिंग में आप थोड़ा सा इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकते हो यहाँ पर, बट वो प्रैक्टिस से हो जाएगा. डोंट वरी. लाइक अब यहाँ पर फॉर एग्जांपल, अब यहाँ पे आपने क्या लिखा है, यहाँ पर ऊपर सेक्युलर लिखा है, यू हैव रिटन सेक्युलर हियर. So it means you are explaining secular nature of the Indian Constitution, right? But again you are reading by secular. So avoid reading twice, right? So secular, you have written secular here, directly you can write secular means India does not have a religion of its own. So no need of reading it again secular, like by secular it means. यहाँ पे आपने जो लिखा है ना, 2 बार आपने यहाँ पे लिखा है. So avoid repetition of words.
Okay.
Good. Like one more example I will give it to you. Like where you can reduce your words. Sovereign here. Again you can see sovereign आपने ऊपर लिखा है. Then again you have written sovereign once again. Sovereign means like आपने जब यहाँ पे टाइटल दिया हुआ, you can make underline. यहाँ पे आप sovereign लिखेंगे, यहाँ पर underline करो, then again go like sovereign means independent of any external control. India is an independent country. Again see, you are repeating the idea. you have already written that India is independent, but in the second line you are again writing the same thing, right? Like sovereign means independent of any external control. India is again independent country. You are writing the same thing twice.
Fine.
Getting it? So you can avoid, like India is independent of any. See, the examiner who is going to examine your answer is a very, he is a very you can say experienced person. तो आप कम शब्दों में बताओगे तो he will come to know what exactly you are trying to say. You don't need to explain it, So again and again. So avoid repetition of ideas. So independent of any external control. Very good. See, same thing you have written twice. यहाँ पर भी अपने external control यहाँ पर भी again अपन लिखा है. So if you would have written this in only one line, that India is independent of any external control in its policies. That's it. And it is free to conduct its own affairs, internal, external.
Yes, got it.
So you can reduce your word count.
Fine.
ठीक है, तो ये हो जाएगा over a period of time जब आप when you write more answers and you will know how to reduce the word, like how to write minimum words में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कैसे लिखना, ये आप यहाँ पे कर सकते हो, right? अब मुझे let me check it out. आप खुद ही पढ़ लीजिए और बताइए कि और आप कहाँ पे word limit reduce कर सकते थे, like let me move for last democracy. Read democracy, like democracy again, same thing, democracy आपके ऊपर लिखा, वापस अगेन आपने democracy लिखा है. हाँ, आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, like this is the best. अब ये आपने जो लिखा ना democracy, then you have made a arrow. हाँ, this is okay. तो no, ऐसे अगर आप नहीं लिखोगे ना, no need of writing it twice.
Fine. Okay.
Right? Democracy means that popular sovereignty lies with the people. India is truly a democratic country as it has adopted representative parliamentary democracy. The universal adult franchise rule of law, independence of judiciary determines democracy in India. ठीक है, इलेक्शन, हाँ, डेमोक्रेसी का मतलब होता है the representatives or the policy makers of the countries are elected by the people. That is the meaning of the democracy, like the rule of people. Yes, so the democracy in India is ensured via parliamentary election, assembly election, corporate elections. ये आपको लिखना चाहिए था. Then election of the president of India who comes from the extremely marginalized community clearly depicts the nature of Indian democracy. Very good. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पर देखिए, here you have not written, see, here you have written republic, then you have not written like a republic means यहाँ आपने नहीं लिखा है. So you should directly go like this. Yes. Republic, yes, as opposed to the monarchy, the head of the state is directly or indirectly elected in republic. Similarly, in India, president is elected indirectly for a term of 5 years. This proves that political sovereignty lies with the people. Republic also means public offices are often also open to all for every citizen. This is also ensured through the fundamental right of equal opportunity. Very good. So this is fine. But last conclusion, we have written only a very short conclusion. The conclusion should be effective one. Like when you finish the answer, it should have some effect, like 3 words: relevant, succinct, and meaningful. Yes. ये पूरा exercise क्यों किया आपने? ये पूरा जो explain किया है ना, but why you have done all this exercise of explaining each adjective? Because you wanted to show that all these adjectives are still defendable to give opportunity for every citizen of the country to develop himself. Right. Not every section of the Indian society should get it. इससे ही हो पाएगा, अदरवाइज नहीं हो पाएगा. वो आपको लिखना है कि ये इसलिए जरूरी है. ठीक है. Clear? अब आपको ये पता है, you knew it कि this is required, but it needs to be put it down on the paper. Yes, sir. Right? So many times what happens, you know what it is, but you don't write it down on the paper. आप examiner को कैसे पता चलेगा कि your ideas are very clear when you write it on the paper. So whatever is there in your mind, whatever conceptual understanding you are having, write it down on the paper. Fine? Check it. So So, last time, yesterday also I told you that rather than making notes, it will be rather more fruitful if you write more answers.
Yes,
Read
sir.
it, make some basic notes. No need of writing it detailed notes. Make some basic notes, but try to write more answers. Like writing more answers will give you more clarity. That's what I need to focus on while reading.
Yes, yes. It is more helpful. Okay, fine, sir.
Sure. So
Thank you.
I think it's not too late for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, chale. So actually, I wanted to have the discussion, but one more student was there, so his interaction went for a very long time. But anyways, so like if you feel we can have like half an hour or maybe 15 to 20 minute discussion every day. Like whatever you study in the day, you write one answer, we will discuss it. Like if I just do it for 20 to 25 days, then later on you can do it by yourself once you understood the whole idea. Like every day I will be doing one such input to you that what needs to be done in writing answer, because I can't tell you everything in one session. Like every day I will be telling one more thing about answer writing.
Okay. Okay. I'll write answers every day. I'll send it to you.
Fine, no problem. Chale, so good night, Ritika. See you tomorrow.